What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Nocturnal Mark, and I have my partner here. What is your name, guy? What is your name?
Not Geo Cruz, as I was
Not
last
Geo
night.
Cruz. You are Proxy freaking Nova. Proxy Nova.
Have I told you the origin story about that?
I don't think you have. Well, I know that there's a typeface, a font, that's called Proxima Nova. I'm guessing that's where you got it from.
No.
Close. Was that close?
No, not even close.
Oh, that's a good guess, though. It's a good guess.
So, I really love astronomy, and I used to watch a lot of astronomy documentaries back in the 8th grade to 11th grade. And I remember seeing this special on supernovas. And then I found out that there's even bigger called a hypernova. And so I, being a dumb kid, was thinking, what could be bigger than a hypernova? And I was like, what if it's a proxynova? So I spelled it Proxinova. And that's been my username for a lot of things. And somebody on Reddit has it. And I know they stole it from me because I should have made it before, but I didn't.
It's all right. That's a very, very unique name.
I've had that name for a long time, like a very long time.
Very nice. Look at Gio, guys. Already starting off with a little background story, and we're just barely a couple minutes into the podcast.
Stay tuned for 3 hours.
Stay tuned for 3 hours. Anyways, guys, we got some stuff to talk about today. First off, I'd like to say that we are the two amigos indeed, and that I do apologize for there not being an upload last week. I'm going to go ahead and blame Gio, but it's not really his fault. It's my fault because...
No, it is not my fault. See, guys, I can text this guy over the internet, and I say, hey, are we recording tonight? And he will not get back to me for a day and a half or 2 days. And I think that he's either dead, gone to Mexico, gone on vacation or something, because he does not respond. And a day later, sorry, bro, I was busy. Like, I get it, you're busy, but you can't just say, hey, not tonight. Like, you always take forever to text back.
I'm so sorry. I am a horrible texter, Gio. I'm so sorry. It's just, man, I have been really extremely busy with school. I didn't think it was going to keep me this busy, honestly. That and with work. I work all day and go to school. So I apologize. It's my fault, guys. That's why there wasn't an upload.
You got studio classes, and that takes a long-ass time, and you're going to get your ass kicked next semester because you got double the Scott and... What's the other 3D class you're taking?
Well, for the people that are listening to this, I am taking printmaking 1, I am taking computer art 1, graphic design 2, and painting 1, I believe. And I'm not looking forward to painting. I've never been much of a painter myself.
Okay, so I can already tell you the ones that are going to take the most time is print and painting. So the 2 Ps.
Yeah, well, they can suck it, all right? I don't even care. And by the way, guys, whenever Gio said Scott, he is notorious in our school for being a complete douchebag, as in like tearing you down, making people drop out. No, so I'm looking forward to it.
Not douchebag, just hardcore.
Okay, not douchebag, but let's say maybe
douchebag is negative. This is just hardcore.
He's a positive douchebag. That's what I mean, though. Like I like teachers like that. That really like basically rip you a new butthole. Because honestly, man, students need that. Students need hard criticism. So if he does that, props to him, man. I'm looking forward to getting my butthole ripped.
Question,
no homo.
Do you know which print process you're learning?
I have no idea. I was hoping screen print, but I'm not sure.
It's been in my experience that he does screen in the spring.
In the spring? Yeah, I think he's doing screen printing right now. So I heard the one that I'm going to be taking is going to be a lot tougher.
Yeah, you're probably taking the more time-consuming one.
Which, it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do it anyways. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, but it's going to be hard because I have to text you, and it's going to take 3 days for you to text me back.
Yeah, but I'm not going to work as much next semester. I've already decided that. So I should have more free time. But, guys, yeah, like I said, we have quite a bit to talk about today. Recently, like I said, I've been extremely busy. That's why there wasn't an upload. Now, I've been extremely busy because lately, some of my work got accepted into this art show that they have about every year. Basically, the town that I live in, it's Amarillo, Texas. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, guys, but it's kind of small, but it's growing. So they have a community college there called Amarillo College. Really great design and art program. Really amazing work. Well, I've graduated from there, so I attend the university, which is basically the next city over, about 20 minutes away.
Town.
And yeah, oh, well, town, yeah, right. So they basically have a competition every year, and it's just to compare works, I guess, and kind of like, maybe see what the other school's doing. And I would like to say it's to see who's better, but people may interpret that differently.
Well, I think it
So
is to see who's better. Like
I think so,
down
man. I really
inside,
do.
it's you seeing who's the best. I'm the
Yeah, deep
best.
deep down, it is gonna be about
I
that.
will be king.
Right. So I mean, my work recently got accepted into it. I had two graphic design pieces, which I had a poster, which was a "Make America Great Again." So by the name of it, you can just imagine what it is. And I had a currency redesign of the money of the United States. So me and Gio have a lot to say about it because Gio attended the show to show moral support. I would like to say, but I don't know. I don't know what your intentions were, Gio, about showing up.
To see you, to see Marcus. Didn't get to see Derek.
No, you
I
didn't see
I
Derek?
didn't get to talk to him. I just saw him from a distance, and
Oh.
I have to go to those every year because it's good to see what's there, and also to make me feel bad because a lot of good ass people there that are better than me.
There is some good work there, man. But yeah, very interesting stuff that happened, and I think me and Gio have a lot to say about it.
Oh,
I don't know. I guess it could be interpreted negative, right? Or but also kind of positive. I'm not sure. You guys can decide in the comment section down below if you decide to leave a comment. But I don't know. What do you want to say, Gio? Do you want to say anything before I start off in this miraculous rant that I will probably end up ranting hardcore in?
no. Let's. Well, I have my own. My rant's similar to yours, but go ahead and start it off.
Okay, guys. So basically, the school I went to, Amarillo College, I did graphic design there too. Their program is really, really good, and it's completely different from the university that I attend to. The university I go to tends to lean more on fine arts,
Shove it down your
and
throats.
yeah, they basically shove it down your throats, and they focus more on that and sculptures. So it's really weird. I'm surprised my graphic design got accepted into it. There's only Whenever I went up to the show, there was only about three students that did graphic design for my university, man. So there wasn't very much graphic design work up there. And in Amarillo College's side, man, there was a lot of graphic design. It's basically a mixture of everything: graphic design, fine arts, photography. Like the way that they do it is amazing. But at WT, it's just strictly fine arts, basically.
Well, because also I don't think there's enough. There's not enough designers at WT that feel like they're confident or capable enough, and I know they are. Just they should submit their work and feel confident because the pool is much smaller for WT side, so there's more of a chance for them to win something, or if not to win, just to represent design.
I agree to you with an extent, but most of those guys are graphic designers. Why not post your stuff? Instead, they submit fine arts or a sculpture. Like I get it,
They
like
might
it's
be
something you
taking
worked
fine art
on.
classes at that time. Like if
But
they were
some
all
but some
taking
of the people. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you before I go all out.
no, it's just like if like person A is only taking fine art classes, but they are a design major, that kind of blows because then they can only use stuff from last fall to now, which hopefully they've had, a number of design classes with Marcus to have some work worthy enough to put up. But if that's not the case, then that sucks for them because they missed out another year to put some design work up.
See, it's true. I agree with you to an extent. I say an extent because the people there I have in class, which some of those people were in the show, did not submit graphic design work. They
Except
didn't.
for one.
I seen literally people from my class, submitting fine art stuff, and it's kind of shocking to me because that's not their major. Now I get it that fine arts kind of plays into our major a bit, but if anything, I'm gonna put up all my graphic design stuff. I want to represent graphic design at the school. I don't want to represent fine arts. I'm sorry. They have their own students that can do that. I'm gonna focus on graphic
Yeah, I
design.
don't think I ever submitted a fine arts project. Print may be the closest thing to fine art that I tried to submit. It didn't get in, but I always wanted to have majority design work, and we can have 3 pieces, so I want to put at least 2 if I can.
Exactly. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with the podcast, we've talked a little bit about design and basically college in general for me and for Gio. If you've seen some of the episodes, you've heard me go on a rant about how I don't think the design is that great, that it could be better, and how I feel like I am like galaxies away from other people because they don't know as much.
Be careful.
There is some people that have really good potential. There is this other student that is pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie, and I feel like it's me and her that kind of go at it, especially in the show that we were in. Like, she was in it too, and I told Gio before the show, I was like, honestly, I think it's gonna be between me and her on who wins this scholarship, and we'll get into that here in a bit.
No, there was no scholarship. Do you remember what they said?
Well, okay, it was a prize, right? It was a prize.
No, there was nothing.
No, it was $250.
No.
Yes, it was.
You didn't hear the little snippet that me and Lauren heard at the end. They said,
okay, what was it?
They said,
I left early.
They said all of these people will get X amount of money except for graphic design.
What? Why?
Exactly. I was like,
that's bullshit. Okay, I'm mad.
Unless
I'm mad.
I heard it wrong. But Lauren heard the same thing. So if 2 people heard it wrong, then shame on us. But I don't think I heard it wrong.
Okay.
I heard except graphic design. So
I'll confirm it on Monday, okay?
Yeah,
I'll confirm it on Monday, which you guys will probably listening to this on Tuesday, so it'll be on the next week's episode.
I say be careful because I was talking to Marcus there, and he said the people under you, so the even younger ones, they show promise, so watch out.
They do. I'm not going to lie. They definitely do show promise, man. They just need a little bit of fine-tuning and maybe to ask a little bit of help from the higher classmen, which, I mean, I want to say I'm higher classman even though I'm taking the lower level classes, but I am a junior, and I've been doing this for a while. But anyways, guys, so where was I at, Gio? You made me lose myself, damn it.
You were talking. It was you and the other person.
Okay, so yeah, right. So I was explaining to Gio that it's going to be between me and this other person of who, I guess, who wins this category, right, for graphic design.
Yeah, you can win best graphic design on WT side.
Right, exactly. So basically, we get to the show. I'm there with my family. For this hour, you're just basically hanging out, watching or seeing everyone's work. Eating these snacks, maybe drinking a beer or some wine, whatever you prefer. And then we get to the good part. First they start announcing the winners at Amarillo College. Awesome stuff.
Way to go first.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm representing WT though, WTAMU. So finally they get to our side and they start announcing the winners, which is in categories, like fine arts, graphic design. What were the other ones? Were there any photography or? There's a research paper. There's only one research paper.
And a research. What's up with this category that just appeared out of nowhere?
Oh, no, you can do research papers. It's just, I guess not a lot of people did it, just one person. I mean, it's an easy win, man. Like, no one's going to do it except for like that one person.
I would like to read it. I'm not against reading it. I was like, wasn't a category when I was there, or maybe just no one submitted.
Yeah, no, because we have we have a teacher there in the university that teaches basically like art history, and she's freaking awesome. So very glad that someone was able to write something and put it in the show. That was pretty cool. So props to them. Anyway, so they start announcing like the winners, right? And the first set of winners, what is it, like the low prize, right? Which is
honorable mention.
It's honorable mention, right?
Which is still good. Don't knock it.
Right. So they go ahead and so and so won fine art, so and so won graphic design. I didn't win that, okay? So then we get to the next section, which what is after honorable mention?
It's best of whatever category, and then the very end is best of show.
Okay, so let me go back to the first category, honorable mention. From what I understand, the graphic designer that won that, she won for a painting.
Oh, she did? I didn't know that.
Wasn't it a painting?
I don't remember.
I was confused. I'm pretty sure it was a painting. It was a painting of what is it? One of those little beetles.
A ladybug?
Or the ladybug. You know what I'm talking about? That car? What's it called?
yeah. Oh, Beetle. A Volkswagen
Yeah,
Beetle.
Beetle. Yeah, the Beetle.
A ladybug.
I'm
Shame on
pretty
you.
sure that
You're a
was
car
it.
guy. You should know that.
Sorry. But I'm forgetting. But I'm pretty sure I heard that she had won graphic design, but it was a painting. Now, I didn't look at it specifically, so I don't know if they meant like it was a painting or if it was like a digital painting. I don't know, but if it was a painting, that is really upsetting because graphic design has nothing to do with painting. Nothing. Like in my personal opinion, it does not.
A little bit, but not a lot.
No, dude. Not if it's like a canvas painting. That has nothing to do with graphic design. That is fine arts, man. No matter what you say, it is fine arts.
You could take a picture of it, throw some type on it, then it's design. So
yeah, but that didn't happen in this show.
No, probably not.
I sound angry. I know. Anyways, so then we get to the next section. Yet. Right. So we get to the next section, and they start announcing again fine arts, graphic design. I think this is the one where it was between me and this other student. Is that right, Gio?
Yes.
Okay, so this other student submitted basically the same thing I did, which was currency redesign. I just had one more other project on top of hers. But basically, I knew it. I told you, I was like, okay, man, honestly, I feel like it's going to be between me and her because she's pretty damn good. And I was anxiously waiting. I was waiting, and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get it or I don't know if she's going to get it. I just know is that I was nervous. And if I got it, man, I was going to get even more nervous.
I would have yelled something kind of dumb if you had gotten it. I would have been like, yeah,
okay,
that's my boy.
You're giving the people the answer already that I didn't win.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
But no, it's okay. That's all right, guys.
Well,
so,
there wouldn't be
no.
Well, it's kind of obvious because there wouldn't be a rant. You wouldn't be ranting about you winning.
True. So, guys, I mean, I didn't win. Whenever they called out the name, I did not win. I cannot tell you the reason why I did not win. I don't know exactly why. Now, the funny thing is that, like, a bunch of students from, like, my class and even, old teachers from my Amarillo College came up to me and they're like, I thought you were going to win it. I thought you were going to take it, really strong work. And I was like, hey, I thought so too. I don't know. I can't tell you the reason why I didn't win. The only thing that I could think of is that this is my first time being here, a full-time student at this university as a graphic designer. None of the teachers know me except for my graphic design instructor. So maybe that's why they felt the need to give it to someone else who's been there the entire time, maybe 3.5 years versus someone that just recently got to the school. I don't know if that's it, or I don't know, maybe if just the work was better. But our work has two completely different styles. The work that won the money redesign, it's graphic design. It used a little bit of more. It used basically images, which is not a bad thing. You could do that as long as you make it work, which she did. Mine was more, if you're a graphic designer, it's more vectorized graphics, basically hand-drawn things and, put together. Looks real nice. So it doesn't have this sort of sense of realism, right? It has a style to it, is the best way I can describe it.
It looks graphic.
It looks graphic. And you know what, Gio, if you can please put a screenshot of those two pieces of work here, like right now as I'm speaking, so people can see what I'm talking about of my two works that were submitted. I'll send you the files. Okay. But yeah. But so, I mean, two completely different styles. And when you look at my work and you compared it to the other side, which was Amarillo College, you could probably honestly move my graphic design work to that side and it would fit in perfectly.
I agree.
It looked completely different at the university section, which is not a bad thing. And honestly, a lot of people were looking at it, and my Make America Great Again poster was starting a lot of conversation, and which was the main goal. So that's good, but I was honestly shocked that I didn't win. I mean, congrats to the people that won the graphic design thing. That's freaking awesome. I hope I can win it next time, but I don't know. I only got one more shot at it. Well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, I guarantee you, the person that won won't get it again.
Right. You can only win once, I believe, right?
Yeah. I mean, if they gave it to the same person every time, that would be like that would suck the fun out of it.
Right. So guys, now we're going to ask Gio the real question here before we get to the next and final part of the art show. Gio, in all honesty, looking at the graphic design work at WT between mine and the other people's, that one, Which one would you have picked? No feelings hurt if you choose the other one. I'm just wanting to know, and also for the podcast.
So I really liked the currency that won against yours. It was like you said, it was very image heavy, and the colors were nice. Like it was very nice to look at. I'm not knocking
It worked.
and it did work.
It worked.
It looked kind of similar to like my layout, but that's not neither here nor there. But yours was vector, and it was more design like, and you can see the influence of AC towards WT. And also just your Make America Great Again poster, which Marco took this slogan, which is from Donald Trump's campaign, but he contrasted against something that he's against, I guess you could say, which he put some Muslim refugees on it. It was a woman and holding a little boy, and was crying. And Marco vectorized these two as a portrait, and at the bottom he put "Make America Great Again." And that's what was getting this little crowd of people over there that kept looking at it. And I was like, this is relevant to right now. I get it, the money looks nice, but this poster's relevant and it starts a conversation. Why didn't that win? That baffles my mind. Considering, I know I don't want to go down this road, but considering that we're in a very liberal field, and I figured that would have tickled their fancy, for lack of a better word.
Oh man,
it should have won. That your poster should have won best.
Okay, so I appreciate that and the honesty. I mean, I'm not knocking down the piece that won either. It was really good. I liked it a lot. I mean, of course, I want myself to win, because that's how you feel about anything that you put yourself in. You want to win. You're putting yourself in this competition. So I wanted to win, but I mean, honestly, like, yeah, if she won it, that's cool. It was good work either way. But yeah, I mean, that poster, man, the Make America Great Again, I did not know it would have that much of an impact at the show until so many people would stop and literally look at it and have a conversation with the person next to them for minutes, Like, they were there for a while, man. And like, I would just see a bunch of people just stop and look at it for a while too. And like I said, people wouldn't just glance and then leave. You don't want that. So I mean, it was stirring up conversation. So I mean, all I was trying to do is make America great again, bro. I'm just trying to make America great.
Oh, not great enough to win a damn award.
I know, it wasn't great enough to win an award. So, like I said, not upset. That's completely awesome that person won, and I'm very happy for her, because I remember, like, she kind of sits next to me sometimes, and we were both working on our currency design together. And, we would ask each other, like, hey, what do you think this looks like? Or how do you think this looks? So she kind of helped me a little bit on mine, and I kind of helped her a little bit on hers. So, I mean, I'm not part of the piece, but I contributed a little bit of at least feedback to it. So I'm glad that I could be kind of a part of that. But I mean, she did an awesome job, and she is definitely a person to watch out for, and to definitely, keep an eye on her work, because one day she might come and surprise you.
Oh yeah, she surprised me last year in computer art too.
Yeah, which Gio had this person in class too, even though he graduated.
She had a piece that was like a knock out of the park. It was just good. The symbolism was good. It was amazing. And it was the same day that I got my ass chewed out, because I put up some crap, honestly. Because I made some bad decisions in the final process of making this image, and she went after me, and I told her straight up during critique, I was like, your piece kicks my piece's ass. Makes mine look like shit. Good job. Because it was amazing.
Dude, that's hardcore, man. Yeah. For you to have to say that in critique and admit that is
because it
crazy.
Was hardcore, and it was
oh
it was
my
good.
God.
Like, I really liked it. I would like that on a poster.
Yeah, I mean, people will just surprise you, but honestly, like, from the day I met her, I knew that she had a lot of potential, and she shows it. Now, from what I know of her, she's a very busy student, so sometimes she doesn't work on other certain projects as much. But when she does put her time into it, man, it's pretty damn good. It's pretty damn good. So I don't know if she listens to this or if someone that knows her listens to it, but congratulations. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Indeed.
Now, I want to get to the final part that really pisses me the hell
Oh my
off
goodness,
about
here we
this
go.
show. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this person won money, right?
This is a money award. This is the big money.
So this is the big money award, guys, right? So you win. You can win $1,000 freaking dollars.
Is it 1,000? Oh, they've upped it up.
It's 1,000. Yeah, it's 1,000. So I mean, as a college student, guys, that's a lot of money. And as a college student, most of us are broke, so it comes in handy. So basically, this is like best of the entire show. And let me just tell you what type of work is submitted. Like I said, graphic design. Well, hardly any graphic design in my school. Just throwing some shade there. Some fine arts, sculptures, and glass. Which glass is really cool, by the way.
Paintings and drawings.
Right, fine arts. So, I've never seen this before, but then again, I have only been to about 2 or 3 shows there. And I'm assuming this is the first time it's happened, but there was 2 videos. And I know both of the people that submitted videos. So, let me talk about the first person that submitted videos. It's this girl that I have in class. Hers are more, best way to describe it is kind of trippy. You know, sometimes when you're watching a movie, like the best thing I could say is like, you know, like a person is getting high or taking drugs and they kind of go like on this psychedelic trip. That's kind of what it is, but there's no imagery. It's just all these things moving around and a bunch of weird noise. Now, when I didn't understand it at all. I just thought it was cool. But whenever she described it to me, she was saying that basically she wanted to represent that where she lived from, what she lives in Chicago. So she wanted to go ahead and distort all this noise and video into these weird, unrecognizable objects and sounds. So I thought the meaning behind it was really deep and awesome, but I don't think everyone probably understood it unless they asked her. And then the second video was, if you watched the previous episode, I don't know if it was the previous or the one before of this podcast, there's this kid that literally always has some crap to say about my work whenever I present it in class, which is completely fine. Yeah, I mean, it's completely fine. I have nothing against it. But the fact that he only does it to me is what kind of irritates me a little bit. Because not only do I need help, but a lot of other people need help too. So, I don't know. Just saying that. If you want to listen to the rant, you could go ahead and listen to the podcast of it. It has designer rant or something on the title. Anyways, so this guy, he submitted a couple of pieces. You can submit 3. I think he submitted 2 printmaking stuff and then a video. And now this video, whenever he made it, it was a class project. And our teacher loved it. He thought it was hilarious. And a lot of people seem to have enjoyed it. It got about 5,000 hits on Facebook. So pretty good amount of exposure. Which Gio likes the video too. Just throwing that out there.
I love the video.
Throwing some shade at you, Gio. Okay.
I don't care.
I don't like the video. I
love the video, and it needs to be submitted to YouTube Haiku subreddit.
Right. So this video is a comedy gag. Is the best way I could explain it.
Yes.
Basically, the project was you would get this. What is it? It's not a fairy tale. It's a what is it called? A poem, right? A poem.
Nursery rhyme.
That's what it is. Yes, it's a nursery rhyme. Sorry about that. So it's a nursery rhyme that they would get, and they had to turn it into a video and also make a puppet out of it, which is a really weird project for graphic design, but whatever, right? So, I mean, I didn't get to do that because I'm not in illustration 2. I'm in illustration 1. But this guy basically made a nursery rhyme out of the Muffin Man, and it was pretty much really psychedelic too. And it really weird and disgusting, and it's really hard to describe it unless you watch it.
If the audience knows what vaporwave music, it's related to that.
Okay, so vaporwave music, guys. If you don't know, you can search that up. But yeah, really weird, and it ended up winning. It ended up winning best of show, which really baffles me. Not to say that it's a bad video, but I don't think it should have won best of show with all this amazing art, sculptures, glass, even some of the graphic design. Like, how does a video, a comedy gag video, win over everything? I mean, honestly, to me, the video, if anything, is more of a joke than something that should be taken seriously. I don't know if maybe that's why it won, but to me, it just baffles my mind how this won best of show out of everything. I mean, there are literally people who submitted handmade chairs, guys. People actually built a chair for class.
Some crazy
really well
ass
done.
glass too. I didn't even get a chance to see it all, but there was some good ass glass there.
Yes, so really amazing work. And a freaking comedy gag video won.
And I think it's
$1,000 prize.
I think it's because I think people are still on edge, especially after November and the beginning of this year, because of what happens in the U.S. And for them to see something funny and unexpected, it really like lightened their mood. I mean, my year's turning out fine, but other people that maybe not so much, and they saw this video, and I agree, it's freaking hilarious, and I love it. Not best of show worthy, because a best of show for me is gonna be like something I'm gonna keep on thinking about like deeply, and it's gonna make me feel things.
Exactly. Which, by the way, guys, Gio, please explain to the audience about the photograph that really moved you.
Oh yeah, so out of all my times that I've been to the ACWT show, not one piece has ever made me immediately stop, feel instant sadness, nostalgia. And it was a photograph of someone's grandfather with a John Deere hat on, and he's looking down, probably keeping busy with something. And it touched me so much because it reminded me of my own grandfather who passed away in 2012. Marco, no piece, and the 4 or 5 years I've been going to this show has ever done that. I've seen pieces that have been like, that's amazing, that's good, design work, that's amazing, that's good, I wish I could do that. Even work that's powerful and thought-provoking, none of it's ever come close to this photograph. Not even close.
I agree, man. Whenever you pointed out that photograph to me, I could see the pain and the struggle that this person has been through. The best way I can describe it, guys, because we obviously don't have a picture of it, would basically be...
I got a picture of it.
There's, oh, nice. There's bushes, right, in the front of the photo, but they're blurred out because of the depth of field. So you catch this glimpse of this old man. You know, it looked like he was working on maybe his garden or something, right? And he's obviously maybe around 60 or 65 years or older. And you could see that this man has had a very tough and hardworking life. Maybe a little bit sad now. Of course, we don't know that, but you could definitely just sense that in his presence and his facial features. It was crazy, man. It was a very, very powerful photograph. And I mean, it was kind of tucked away in the corner, so I didn't really catch it my first time going around. But I'm glad you pointed it out, because that has probably been one of the best photographs that I have seen so far. Now, there's some good photography out there, but this one was really impactful, man.
Like, it was simple, and it was just simple, and it instantly made me sad, because it made me miss my own grandpa, who also wore a John Deere hat, who was also a farmer, and all these things.
Exactly. In these people, I mean, I'm pretty sure he was Hispanic. He looked Hispanic. These people come from Mexico to the United States to have a better life, but you could tell that this guy has been working probably very hard since he was a child. And to me, I mean, it doesn't make me cry or anything, but it does get to me because my parents are from Mexico. I know what it was like for them. I mean, I've been to Mexico, but I've never and will never understand how it was to grow up there.
Side note,
and
dude, they ever tell you how they came over here?
I believe so. I have to ask again just to verify. I don't know if it was legally or illegally, but my parents are legal, so guys, do not say that my parents need to be deported, because we've done it the right way.
Dude, because I did an interview with my dad just a little part of it because he was getting tired, but he told me his freaking journey from Honduras to here. I don't know how that man did it.
Oh man, people,
2.5 months to get here.
dude, yeah, some people, man, are intense, especially from other countries that want to cross the border.
At age 19.
Whether you do it illegally or legally. I mean, illegally, it's so crazy to me the journey that they have to go through just to get to the United States.
That's why we're going to do a topic on our dads one day so we can discuss that.
Exactly. Now, this is going to get a bit controversial because I hate Facebook. I'm just going to say it. I hate Facebook because I cannot look at videos or stuff about controversial things or about, maybe something that's beautiful, because there's always going to be that one person that has something negative to say, and that pisses me off. We live in a generation that is full of a bunch of pansies that cannot freaking handle things. Now, I say that because recently, let's for example say I watched a video of this woman basically going up and talking and explaining that her husband got deported, and that it's so sad for her because she has 2 children and they keep asking where he's at, and that he's starting to lose weight and he has to go away for 15 years. Very impactful. And why can't people be compassionate? I mean, she was, even in the video, she states that, he was there since he was 14. They pay their taxes. They've been working on trying to get him some citizenship. And then people in the comment section will be literally saying, well, you should have done it the right way. He's a criminal because he didn't do it this way. That pisses me off. I mean, it's illegal, right? But still, man, people do not understand how hard the process of becoming a U.S. citizen is. It's a lot of money and it's time consuming. And a lot of people that are immigrants are afraid that once they start doing the process, they're going to get deported. People do not understand that, and people are not compassionate. They think it's just like going to McDonald's and ordering a hamburger. They think it's that easy when it's not.
One way to not get angry like that is don't look at comment sections.
Oh man, I know. But sometimes you're interested in seeing the comments, like, people being nice, I mean, I love comment sections because you get to see people's views on things, which it kind of contradicts what I was saying earlier, but still, like, people are really stupid. People are uneducated when it comes to these types of things.
I wouldn't say stupid.
I would say so, because they're not educated.
Well,
I'm telling you, they literally think it's like ordering a hamburger, that it's that quick and that cheap. It's not.
Well, because they don't know. It's more ignorance than stupid.
Okay, so...
But if they choose to ignore the facts of, like, it takes a long ass time, a lot of money, all this, then that makes them, like, more of an a-hole and stupid.
Right. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get hate for this, but I probably will.
We hate
and
you.
I'm sorry if you're part of this, but if you're part of that older generation, I want your generation just to die already. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Damn,
I feel like our generation needs to take over already, man, because the older people are so conservative and they try to make everything so strict. For example, in our, where we live at in Amarillo, it's a small place, but it's so hard, guys, to get a graphic design job here. It's not impossible, but it is hard. Just because it's so competitive, and it's not exactly the best place for design, because everyone here where we live at is so conservative. They want everything to look the same. They want everything to be bad. They don't like change, guys. And that's why our generation needs to take over, because we're willing to make that change. Now, I don't know how you feel about that, Gio, but I feel like the older generation needs to go already.
I have so sorry several if you're part questions. Of that. I don't think it's necessarily older. I think it's just mentality of certain people, because there's some young people that can think like that too. So it's not just older.
That's true.
On a funny side, the one old mentality I wish would die off is that games are for kids, because they're not anymore.
Oh my gosh. Do people still think that?
Some people do, probably. Some young people probably do also, because, well, not young, maybe like 30. Is that too young? Too old?
No, man. I think you could be however old you want and play video games, for God's sakes.
Some people see it as like a waste of time. It's a
Bro,
kid's
I'm
toy.
not gonna lie. My mom does not understand gaming at all. I remember as a kid, spending my money that I would save to buy games. And I'm gonna say this in Spanish, and I will translate it in English for people who don't know Spanish. But I would go buy a new game, and I'd be like, hey mom, like I'm a little hungry. I was like, oh, can you make me something to eat? And she'd be like, pues comete el juego. And I'm like, what? And basically in English, guys, that means, well, go eat your game.
It doesn't
I'm
make
just
any
like,
sense.
oh my God. Yeah, it doesn't. And it's so funny because,
I'm
like,
gonna
all my
die,
friends that are
Mom?
Hispanic, all my friends that are Hispanic too, like, their mothers say the exact same thing. It is, to me, I find it hilarious now that I'm older. But I don't know. People don't understand
My
gaming, but
mother
I
doesn't
think it's
say
for
that.
anyone. What does she say?
She accepts that games are a part of my life, and she accepted that they were a part of my life very early on. She never questioned it, and she never told
Good
me
deal.
to stop playing so much, unless it was getting in the way of homework or doing chores. Other than that, she was perfectly fine with me playing games.
My mom has always been okay with me playing games. At some point she does say, aren't you too old enough for that? I'm like, no, mom, it's a lifestyle that, I've chosen. I mean, I know it sounds funny saying it's a lifestyle, but it really is. And now she's understanding. I mean, she sees like all my, my crazy setup. I got like a monitor here, a monitor there, got a microphone, and all this crazy technology. So she completely gets it. The only thing that bothers her is sometimes if I play late at night with my friends, sometimes there's some pretty funny conversations. So there's a lot of laughing, and yeah, I can kind of keep her up sometimes. So I feel bad about that, but I mean, overall she's accepted it. But it's just it's funny to me though that she used to say that kind of
Eat
stuff.
your game. That's freaking.
Like go eat your game. It sounds funnier in Spanish if you
It
understand.
really
Like,
does sound funny in Spanish.
pues comete ese pinche juego. Like, I'm just like, what? I'm like, mom.
Throwing the cuss word in there too.
Right? Oh man, it's hilarious, man, and it's so funny. That's like, it's not only just me, but it's my other friends that their mom says the same thing. It's freaking amazing.
I mean, I've
But-
had my best friend, his mom was freaking crazy, and she's more accepting now, I think. Although I think she's like one of the more hardcore against games for her son. Which doesn't make any sense. He's a grown ass man. He can do whatever he wants.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, that's weird.
It's really weird to wrap your mind around that stuff, huh? But I do think, I mean, like you were saying, there are some young people that will have that mentality of, basically just having that hatred towards subjects like that. And of course, there's older people that are going to be accepting of change. But I just think that, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not the age group, but it is a mentality that needs to die out. And
Will.
I said the age group specifically because a lot of the older people are the ones that are in charge right now.
I don't want it to.
And
I take that back. I don't want it to completely die out. For the fact that I don't want it to become all samey, and I don't want us to all agree with each other. So we still need that other voice to kind of oppose us. I like to be in the middle, so I'd like to see both sides. I don't want it to
Okay.
become too echo chambery.
which is probably never going to change. There's still going to be those people that are conservative. But I think once our generation starts to take over and we start becoming the big bosses, there's going to be a lot of change. It's going to be good change. But there's still going to be that group of people that do not like it. Now, I specifically say change, bro, because here where we live, it needs change. It really does. It needs help. And
Good
these
Lord,
people are not
we need
are
some
not
change.
willing.
We need some change in design in Amarillo, because damn it, why do these bastards keep getting away with this, treating their employees badly, bad design work, and thinking they're all
Okay.
that? They're not all that. I'm sorry.
Okay, so Gio, please keep going on with this rant because, we were saying earlier, guys, we were talking about the art show. After the art show, we have a little design meetup with all of our design friends, which we went to school with, right? They're all amazing designers, and some of them even listen to this podcast. Shout out to Zach and Daniel. I know you guys listen to it. I don't know if the rest of the group does, but we went to the little meetup, right? And Gio, explain what we did and also basically how we describe the place we live in.
So we had a dribble meetup. We had a dribble, drink, and draw. I didn't drink. I just drawed.
I didn't drink
And
either. I was sober that day.
that's surprising.
I know, right? I wanted to, but I was like, nah. I was driving, so I didn't feel like it, you know?
Good. You should carry that on to be. You
Yeah.
never want to.
Yeah, don't drink and drive, guys, please. There's been some pretty heavy accidents here, and we don't want any of that, all right? We want you guys to live a healthy lifestyle and to watch this podcast so we can get more views.
Dude, our third, the one you did with Horizons Overrated and James Victoria, that holds at like 63 views now.
Dude, I know it's doing really freaking good, and I'm so excited for it because the more views it gets, the more people are watching it, the more exposure it's gonna
Hey,
get.
we got a new
It's
sub.
awesome,
We got
guys.
a new sub. Shout out to, I don't remember your name, but you were the 6th sub.
Oh my gosh. For real, shout out to all the people that are listening to it and getting this far into the podcast. It's awesome, man, being able to have something like this.
Oh,
It's
but
really cool.
getting back on topic, and then usually our design meetups, they will always go back to the same thing as like, how do we change the attitude of design in Amarillo? And like, what do we do about these guys that are at the top, the ones that do control in quotes the design landscape here? Like, how do they get away with treating their employees badly? Like, what do we got to do to like politely but also aggressively say you're a d-bag and your time is up?
Exactly. I mean, guys, we have a couple friends, well, all the friends from the meetup, some of them had design jobs. And I'm not going to say anything specifically, but we did have a friend that worked for this marketing company. This guy completely rebranded their company, new logo, new brand, everything, colors, and it came out amazing. Really freaking good work. He even went on to win awards for this marketing company, and they let him go because his designs were too much of quote unquote New York instead of Amarillo.
Why is it? I've never actually heard that story of why he was let go.
Well, I don't know the exact reason why, but I know that this was part of it, and I know that the other designer that worked there, which specifically did website, I'm sorry, she didn't like him too much, so she would always complain about him to the boss, which is really fucked up and really shady. I hate people like that. If you have a problem with someone, please tell it to their face.
Yeah, talk
Please.
about it like an adult. Don't go tell another. No, let me go tell my boss. So it's like, let me go tell my teacher, I don't like this kid in class. You look like a child.
Exactly. Like, I don't know. It just baffles me. But, I mean, they were saying his design work was too much of New York instead of Amarillo.
But
which, guys,
why
if you
does
don't
it
know,
matter?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. Exactly. Now, if you guys don't probably know what Amarillo is, but Amarillo design is really, really shitty. There's some good gems. I'm not gonna lie. There's really some good gems there, but most of it is crap, guys. And to me, it baffles me why you would want your design work as a person that owns basically something that deals with design every day. Why would you want it to look bad? Why? Just because it represents what everyone else in the in the town or city is looking like? No, that's ridiculous. So they ended up letting our friend go, which was real bullshit. And it pissed me off, man, because this guy did really good work for them, won awards, and rebranded their entire company. So that really pissed me off.
This is just so stupid. It's like I was talking with Zach, like, how do we hold them accountable? Because no one else does. So how do we do it? How do we, as, our little meetup group, how do we do it?
Exactly. So basically, our group, guys, it's a good time for all of us to catch up and actually hang out because we're all very busy people. But we also try to talk about how we can change the design mindset and also the design world and where we live at. We're trying to make a change. We're trying to make it better because we care about this little place that we live in called Amarillo, Texas.
It's home.
We care. Yeah, it's home. We care about it. And some of us are going to stay here. Some of us are going to move on. But the people that are going to stay here, we want to make a change. I think, I don't know, we need to make an impact. And I think we're going to get our time one day. But it needs to change for sure. Because honestly, like you're saying, man, the way that people are treated, the way designers are treated here,
you can't treat your employees
is
like that,
bullcrap.
man. It's like, geez. I couldn't imagine if I was in her shoes and, she was going through that and then she got a lawsuit because of whatever happened. Like, that would
Oh my
that would
gosh, yes,
discourage
that
me
was
from
stupid
like
too.
ever wanting to do it again. It's like if your boss treated you like this, and it's dumb. Like
Right.
this is like, am I really here? You know, I thought this was supposed to be my career. I didn't think it was supposed to be minimum wage, like slave mentality. This is stupid.
Exactly. Now, Gio, please explain to the audience that is listening to this what our other friend's predicament was when she worked at her previous design job.
I don't know exact like all the full details, but I did know that I just found this out yesterday. They used some kind of program to track the number of clicks she did, as well as how many words she typed. Also, what program she was in. If she wasn't in the right program, they would not pay her, and this program was able to keep track of it 8 hours a day. That's like what are you doing, bro? You really don't trust your people to like not work? Hey, newsflash, we got to get distracted to work and to design and be creative. We can't just pump the creative brain for 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours a day. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. Like what kind of fantasy ass land do these people live in that they think that we're just gonna be creative for 8 hours a day and not get distracted and not look at other things that's gonna inspire us and not go outside.
And honestly too, man, it's really insulting the fact that you're being monitored like that. I mean, I can understand to a point that you want your employees to be working and that you're wanting to, you want to pay them for the time that they are working. But like you were saying, we need our time. We need to do research. We need to watch documentaries. We need to do all these things in sketch to get ideas and motivation. And for them to be tracking everything like that is really insulting. Now, a good, easy way to fix that. If your designer doesn't show up with anything after the due date, fire them, or give them an ultimatum like, okay, you need to start working or we're going to start monitoring you. That's the only thing I could think of to do
Yeah,
if
like
you are going to monitor
if they
someone. But
repeatedly
I mean,
didn't
these
show
people,
progress, but it's like the person that we're talking about, she's damn good. Like
she's damn good and
better
she
than
works
I will
hard.
ever be, and they treated her like this. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crap, man. Like it's all about money to the people that are higher up, and it's funny too. The people that are higher up and own these companies, they don't know crap about design. They don't understand. They don't know, and that's what baffles me too. Like, how are you going to start a design company in which you know nothing about? It's mind-boggling to me, man. I don't. It really it really makes my blood boil.
Do we have to like do some kind of guerrilla style warfare, like design style, of like, I don't know, Marco, let's just go pick a crappy ass designed whatever and let's redo it and shove it down their face, like
Oh my god, I would love that.
like metaphorically throw a brick in their window with a better product.
I would love that. It's just, man, I'm telling you, the place we live in needs to honestly just change already.
Or if
And
not,
I think
I don't know if it will, man. I really don't.
I don't know if it will either. I would love it, if it did. But I think honestly, our little group that we have can make a difference. It can make a change.
Yes, we can.
Whether if we work at places and make a difference, or if we all band up together one day and start a company, which would be very freaking awesome, by the way. And all the people listening to this, I mean, all these designers are so freaking good, so amazing. And, I mean, some of them are better than others, which that's not a bad thing because we each have something different to bring into the table. Some of us are better at illustrating. Some of us are better at typography. Some of us are better at layouts. It's just, it's going to happen. But we all come together and we can help each other out.
We're like
and that's what we did
the
in
little
school.
ideal, like, studio, man, like that you see in Dallas or Austin. We have all these different strengths.
We have the people, man. We have the motivation. We just need to put it together one of these days and, go from there. I honestly think that it could work if we did it. We could just, rent out. I mean, even if we have to start out in the smallest of offices, whether we're all crammed together, I think it's possible to do it one day. And I think we can beat most of the companies or businesses that are here in graphic design.
God, it's just so annoying. Like, I dream of that day happening. Hopefully, I'll still be around. I'm not gonna wait around forever for something to happen.
Same.
Like, eventually, I'm out of this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, Gio, what's up, man? My God.
I'll take my parents with me too. You know, I'll get them I'll buy them a house somewhere else, not here. Because they're the only reason I'm here.
I'm trying to get Gio. I mean, we started a podcast together already. I'm trying to get him to also start a design studio with me. But I'm really hoping that we could do something. If not, I'm really hoping too that I can, after school's out this summer, and once I'm done with it completely, I'm hoping that I can get my gaming channel basically as a more recognizable brand and a lot more people involved in it, because I want that channel to grow. And if I could eventually do that as a job, I know it sounds bad. I don't do it for money, guys. I don't even put ads on my personal videos. We have ads on this one because we have to buy equipment for it all the time. But I'm hoping that I can grow my gaming channel into an awesome community one day. If not, we're going to go ahead and start this little design studio. I don't care what you say, Gio. We're going to start it. It's going to be called the Underdog Studios. It's probably taken already, but that's all right.
Sounds like a gaming studio.
Does it really? Underdog? Hey, that's actually a really good name for a gaming studio, huh? That's interesting. But I also like it for design, though. I mean, I can just already imagine the logo, too.
Bet you won't mock it up.
Bet I will.
Bet. I want to see it.
Oh my God, me and Gio making bets on the podcast. What's up? All right, I'm gonna make a mock-up. We'll even show it in the next podcast video if I have it completely done. I'll do a rough sketch. I'll do a good thumbnail.
Okay.
And then if I can build it, I will build it. But I'm gonna make some thumbnails of that, man. But yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff that we've talked about today. I'm still baffled that the whole video won the whole show.
I think it's because they just haven't seen something like this. Because there's been video projects there, but I haven't.
Has there? Okay.
Not to this extent. Not to this like. I'm sorry. It was really funny, and I love it. Still not best of show worthy, I don't think.
That's fine. You know, if you like it, that's cool. I'm not saying that it's bad. I would just imagine if a video were to win, I would imagine that it would be something cinematic.
Right.
And impactful. That's what I would imagine for a video to win best of everything. And this wasn't it. This was more just like hilarious, funny gag that you stumble upon on YouTube, you know? That's what it would be. But I mean, overall though, entire show and everything was great. And I had a lot of fun being able to meet up with all of our designers and, you know, getting to talk to you and stuff. Seeing you in person is actually pretty nice instead of over web. We do the podcast over web. So it's good to actually conversate with everyone in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, by the way, we want to get some of our design friends in the podcast one of these days.
Okay, so Daniel said that we should do a podcast with everyone. And that could work, maybe. Because this thing has omnidirectional.
It does. Our mics have omnidirectional.
It does. I don't know how to have 9 different people talking at once, how that's going to go.
Oh my God, that is going to be intense, man. That'll be a good conversation though, man, because we have a lot to say. And
we could even do 2 setup. You bring your Mac, I can bring this guy. I'll have to plug it in because it has no battery, and have two mics pick up.
Or I could bring my Mac because I still have it, and I could bring my Surface Pro.
Oh, yeah, we just hooked this guy up.
Yes, sir. Because we only have 2 microphones. We don't have any extras to give out. I mean, unless this video gets a lot of views and a lot of ad revenue, then we will go purchase all the mics. But I doubt it. But I don't mind. But yeah, I think that'll work. And I think all the people listening to this would be interested, man, in having to hear other people than just me and you. I think it's a good idea.
So yeah, we should think about that.
Yeah, definitely. But guys, I think that's gonna basically wrap up everything, man. You know,
jeez, we rented for an hour.
We rented for an hour. This was mainly a design topic. We usually also talk about games, which we briefly somewhat discussed. But
we had to get this out of our bodies.
We did, man. We did. I've been working hard on that show, and just the outcome of it, shocking. So we had to. But next video or next podcast,
We'll get back to the normal 3 topics.
Yeah, we'll get back to the regular 3 topics and stuff. You know, a bunch of video games, some design and whatnot, some life. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have to say, and it feels good to let it out. You got anything, Gio?
I'm good.
I'm good. I'm ready to go to bed.
I really am ready to go to bed. I'll get off early tomorrow. But it doesn't help that I'll be super tired in the morning, like I was this morning and the morning before.
True.
I think this weather is
you'll be
just
fine.
making me really tired.
Yeah, it's been rainy a lot here lately.
Beautiful. Just makes me tired.
Exactly. Well, all right, guys. I think that's about it for this podcast. Sorry again, my fault that we missed last time, but we'll be back on track and expect a video next week as well.
It's your fault. We've missed 2 weeks.
Shut up, Gio. Shut up.
Can't do that no more. The people demand it every week.
Exactly. People were demanding it, so we're going to do it. All right, guys. Well, we hope that you all have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Nocturnal Mark, and
I'm still not Geo Cruz.
oh my God. All right, he's Proxy Nova, guys. Links are in the description down below for my YouTube channel, Instagram, and Gio's Instagram too. So feel free to go ahead and check us out there, and we'll see you next time.